Well, good Friday to you. I hope you've had a great week and are looking forward to some deep rest and reflection as we come to the end of this magnification of the 11 energy of November and move into the completion process of December and the last month of 2018, which, as you know, was one number year, and also the year of the dog, which really is the most incredible teacher. I always say dog spelled backward is God, and they really are such incredible patient teachers, aren't they, that teach us how to be present with whatever is. And I think one of my biggest lessons, which I'm still constantly practicing and learning and training every day, is to tap into that beautiful energy of imagination and the innocence of childlike play, because we are creative beings. And what if the whole point of being human and being here at this time of the great shake-up, the great awakening, is to remember and ask what happened to our hearts, what happened to the little you that knew that anything was possible and that you never stopped asking or moving toward what you want until you got it. And I want to just talk on a high note today, to just celebrate where you find yourself right now. If you've been hurt or betrayed or are feeling heartbreak and grief at the state that the world is in, to use the power of imagination. Imagine the world as whole and healed and restored right now. Because if you are like me, and I know if you're part of my tribe, you are a highly sensitive being who does care and is deeply moved by the state of affairs that the world is in. And I think the greatest gift that you can give, not only to yourself and those in your life, but to the earth and to the elementals and to nature herself, to the animals and the insects and the plants and this beautiful blue planet of huge volumes of water that are filled with plastic, is to just use your imagination to feel, to see that all being cleaned out and to focus on the small changes. I always say this: focus on the 1 degree shifts and trust that everything that you have right now is within you. I have been spending quite a lot of time over the last month, really activating and calling in my ancestral helping spirits and going to really doing a lot of astral travel through the center of the Pleiades and calling in the Pleiadian energy to see the earth in her original state of beauty, perfect and whole and unharmed and pristine, with her rivers that are flowing with sparkling, clean, living water, and the mountains and the hills that are curved and covered with voluptuous trees and plants, untouched by the raping and the pillaging through mining and extraction of man. And to imagine and really, really embrace that we are one global nation, that regardless of color or shape or form, we are in this thing together, and we're living peacefully, indigenously, never taking more than we need, giving back as much as we take from the earth and from others, and living in this sacred reciprocity, this beautiful heart connection with the land, with the oceans, with the skies, with Mother Moon and Father Sun and Pachamama herself. Everything healthy and vibrant. And I want to offer you that as you sort of move through your life and through your days, and spend some time over the weekend in that beautiful, powerful state of imagination, and from a positivity bias, not a negative one, which is our kind of fallback and part of our human condition that we're working so hard to heal, is to spend time in that gift of sending out your energy to all the places around the earth, the oceans, the rivers, the land, the trees, the animals, and seeing them in reverence, in honoring as whole and healed and pristine. That nobody or no thing, no animal, no plant, no insect, no land mass has ever been harmed. Because when you can see her and see the harm and destruction, it is heartbreaking. But the other side of that, the contrast of that, is to see it as just an illusion, an illusional reality, where perhaps it is a perspective that you have taken upon yourself, because we communicate through these kind of connections, and there's a lot of information out there that's all doom and all gloom. And remember that thing that says that you are the sum total of the people, the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you're feeling like you're being sucked down the rabbit hole by negative people, by people that just can't see the light, that just can't see that there is so much beauty amidst the chaos, widen your perspective, widen your pool of friends and the people that you hang out with, and look at everyone from their highest form. I don't believe that anybody comes here into this life to harm, to hurt. And when we can see them in that space and see Mother Earth, to see Pachamama, Gaia, as whole and pristine and unharmed, everything starts to change. That is the simplest way that you can give back on a daily basis, is in active appreciation. Take time to smell the roses. Take time to push pause and just feel the cool breeze on your face, and have gratitude for opening your eyes every day and the first breath of the morning, and ask what great, beautiful adventure is waiting for you, rather than look at another day with impending dread and consternation. Because our body does follow the mind. And if we are a microcosm of the macrocosm, if our internal state is a reflection of disease and impurity and destruction, if we feel that way about ourselves, if we have no connection to care enough about ourselves, we can't care for the macrocosm. We can't care for the holistic view of a healed whole earth if we're sick and dying inside. So change your thoughts. You have the power of choice, and it's yours and yours alone. Nobody can make those tough decisions or keep your heart open to love when you've been hurt or betrayed, or feel that you can no longer trust in life or trust in other people or trust in your own body if you're going through health challenges. So look for the infinite possibilities, because when you energize in your imagination, in the imaginal walls, your mirror neurons of what you're seeing in your mind can then go out into that cosmic collective energy, that morphic field of unity and consciousness through your I am presence. And not only are you going to feel more awake and alive and on purpose, but you give that out into the world for others to choose to wake up and create a new reality, rather than living in the lies of self-harm and the illusion of separation, right? The nature deficit disorder. So see the world. Very simple message today. Just see the world as pristine and whole and untainted by the greed and the unconsciousness of mankind. See the animals as healed and whole and never abused. So look at the inside of things and trust that you have the capacity, you have the alchemy within you to make it so. Act as if it has already happened. Act as if, not from fear, not from doubt, not from spiritual bypass. Because in human and physical reality, we cannot ignore how much harm we have truly done to the earth, to the animals, to nature. And we're always going to wonder, how can she come back from that? How can animals, how can nature come back from that? So even when doubt arises, imagine yourself as whole, healed, and complete, and then send that out into the world. Kind of how the law of attraction does work when you use it properly, in alignment with the highest, greatest good of all, and not letting fear get in the way. So answer the call, lean into that. Please trust in that holy hoop, the feeding cycle of life as you walk on that spiral pathway, as never been broken, nothing to fix. Even when it's difficult to know how to believe and to trust in that vision fully, do it anyway. Because when we go, just like the animals taught me, when we go into those lower harmonic vibrational fields of fear and lack and scarcity and separation and rape and abuse and trauma, when we see the earth being raped, when we see animals being vilified and hurt and killed in the most insane situations, like trophy hunting, where men think they have something to prove behind the scope of their big telescopic guns, when we see young people feeling so trapped that the only way out is suicide, when we see sacred lands and water being destroyed, I know how heartbreaking it feels. But carry that vision anyway. Allow it to always be in your awareness, in your field of awareness, on a cellular level, because you are part of nature. And trust, because it's something more than your logical mind can ever comprehend. That's where we forgot that we actually come from the golden planet, that very high vibrational frequency of gold is incredibly healing. And once in a lifetime long ago, we all knew that we could turn, like Harry Potter or Merlin, lead into precious metals and sand into beautiful gems and crystals. And keep sharing your gifts, keep spreading the message of hope, of renewal, of a new earth, because we're part of that. And I want my child, if she ever grows up to be a mother herself, I often wonder, will they know? Will they ever get to witness that wholehearted connection of elephants and wolves and bears and lions? Or will they all be gone? Will the rhinos be gone? And it is possible that they will, because they've told me that they're willing to go extinct if that's what needs to happen, because we are encroaching on their natural habitat. There's nowhere for them to go. We're taking the fish more than we can ever possibly need out of the oceans, and starving the creatures that live there. We're breaking up the whole pyramid, the whole fine balance of a very attuned ecoscape where everything is connected to everything, and we have to come back. So yes, we can try and deny an overshadowing feeling of impending doomsday, which I think we can all relate to. I certainly can. And fear for our children or our grandchildren, or the new life that you will be the ancestors to that have not been born yet. And you can go into that hopelessness of knowing that the earth is sick and declining and dying, and wondering, will there be polar bears? Will there be whales? Will the rhinos? Will the elephants still be here? And no, that quite possibly not. And yet we have to be the change we've been waiting for. We have to carry on doing the best we can with what we have, and then some, creating positive change in any way, using our small but mighty lives and our imaginations to dream that new earth into being. And I'm shuffling my cards because I just felt the urge to just find a card to anchor this into a sustainable future where all life thrives. And what the indigenous people always know: to be in mindful regard, in trusted cooperation, in giving and receiving, in harmonizing the chaotic nodes. And yes, we can see that the earth is warming up, this global warming. Oh, I think I just